Hey everybody, good morning. I've got this a little bit higher today so you can see, so I'm on my tiptoes. Welcome everyone, and hope you all have had time to get everything together to paint the bunny today. You'll just need canvas. Like I said, if you don't have canvas, you can use paper, cardboard, a piece of wood, anything you have laying around the house. And then later, if you want to paint it again, you can go back down through the my news feed on my page and watch it again and paint it on canvas if you get some later. So as we go along, if you have questions, post your questions, and I will try to answer them as we go. Let's just see how this goes. So we'll get started. Here is your picture. We're painting the bunny rabbit today. I just have this up here just for you to see, and then the canvas down here that will be I'll be painting on. So I have all the paints that you need. You've got white, yellow, green, blue, and red. So there. You could use purple for the blue and the red, but we're going to mix, and you could use orange for the orange, but we're going to mix yellow and the red. Just trying to make this simple, as simple as I can. So we're going to start out. I think what I'm going to do is paint the entire sky here blue. Oh, let me show you the brushes that you need. Sorry. Need to tell you the brushes that you need. You'll need a 1-inch or just a larger brush. You'll need a liner, script liner, or just a little liner, just a little liner brush. That's for the whiskers. And a 1/2-inch flat, which really I think you can use this for, if you just use the corner, you can use it for the whiskers. And then a round. The round is a number 6. This is a 1-inch. This is a number 2, and this one's just a 1/2-inch flat. Some of them say 16. So that's what we have there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and paint the sky first. So I'm going to go into the water. Just go into the water, wet your brush, and dry it with a paper towel. Just make sure you have paper towels, a cup of water, and your paint. And I use a foam plate. You can use paper, glass, whatever, but foam, I use foam so that it doesn't dry out on you. So I see some people are coming on now. Hey Patty, hey Gina. So we're going to take the 1-inch, we put it in the water, dried it, paper towel, and we're going to go into the blue on one corner, white on the other corner. We're just going to get some paint on the brush. Just load your brush, okay? Then we're going to paint in the sky. I have the drawing on here, but since you all don't have the drawing, I'm just going to go ahead and just paint it just as you all would with no drawing. So we're going to go across and paint in the blue of the sky. Just going back into the blue and the white. Actually, I like to do darker around the edge and then lighter in the middle first. So that's why I'm going around the edge. Just going into the blue and the white, just around the edge probably would be the best way to do it. Go all the way down here. And I just keep reloading. When my brush gets empty, I just go back in and reload. The best thing to do is to hold your brush back at least 1/2 or 3/4 of the way back. Don't grip your brush down like a pencil. Don't get it real tight. And then just do loose strokes like this around the edge. Okay, and I'm just holding that up so I don't get it on the bottom of that one. And two, as you're painting along, whatever color touches the outside edge, it's a good idea to just wrap that color around and paint the edge of your painting there like that, and that will finish the painting so that you can go home. See, here I think I'm out of painting class. You can hang it in your home on the wall and it'll be a finished painting. So we're just painting around there. Then I'm going to take that blue and the white that I have on my brush, and I'm going to go down into the white with that dirty brush, and I'm not cleaning it. I'm just going into the white, into that, into this that I have here. So, hey, I see some people are joining. Hey, Ashley, Tracy, Savannah, Leslie, good job. Y'all get painting. So we're gonna just paint the white in the center, and then you'll have to come down here this far with your sky, because the grass and the sky will meet. So we're going to come down that low. Just keep reloading, and you want your lightest color to be in the center and the dark around the edge, just so that this frames the painting, the dark frames the painting, and it's a nice stopper and keeps your eye from going off of the painting if you don't have any objects out here to stop you, like a tree or something like that. The darker color around the edge, if you can see that, just a shade, just a value or two darker, and that will stop your eye from going off the canvas. So I've got this a little darker here. I'm just gonna, and then once you get all that color on there, just take your brush and just lightly, just as light as I can, just as feather light, to get those brush marks out of there. But if you leave it kind of misty like that and not solid, painting it solid, like your bedroom wall, that makes it look like there's some clouds and stuff. So you want the variations in the colors, but you just want to keep the darker around the edge, and then mostly the lighter towards your center to draw your attention to the bunny rabbit. So, hey Jackie, yay! Hey Sheila, welcome everyone. All right, so you've got this down to where your grass starts. Make sure we get that down where your grass starts. Down in here. Keep your edges, don't make hard edges, like hard lines right here. Don't make this like a solid hard line. And keep them soft like that, so that whenever you go from your grass up, you don't have like a ridge, a hard ridge line there. So, hey Barb, hey Lori, welcome you guys. Hope everybody can see. If you all have questions along the way, or if I'm going too fast, by all means slow me down. Sometimes I have a tendency to move a little faster along painting, because I've done it so many times. So if I get going too quick, tell me to hold up. All right, so I've just really, I didn't need to. I rinsed my brush and dried it with a paper towel there. So we've got the sky in. Okay, so well, as a matter of fact, I think we will just paint that bunny in now. Now that you've got your sky in, we're going to go along and paint in the shape of the bunny, and then we'll paint the bunny in, and then we'll paint the grass. So we're going to put this large brush down, and you can just paint in the shape of the bunny. I'm just going to use my half inch flat. And what you do, just to paint in the bunny shape, I know everybody's just freaking out here. I want you to just go into the blue. We're going to add just a little bit of red to make like a purple color. And I'm just going into that spot that I have there in the center. Add just a little bit of yellow. And then white. And this will make a gray color. So it's blue, mostly blue. A little bit of red and a little bit of yellow. And if it looks green, add more red. But it's mostly a blue-gray color. Oops, got a little bit too much red. Okay, so I'm just making a gray color. The color doesn't matter, it's the value that matters. It's how dark or light a color is, okay? And this is what I've got, just kind of a purplish color. But if yours is more blue, that's fine. I just don't want it to be more yellow or red looking. You don't see many blue, yellow, or any red rabbits out there. So this I used was like a purple color. So to make the rabbit, I'm just gonna, this rabbit is about this high, okay? And they can all be different. But where his tail, down here at the bottom of his tail, to his, it's just a little bit longer than my hand, okay? So that's how I'm gonna judge. I'm just gonna go here. So I'm gonna mark the top of his nose here. I'm not gonna go up any farther than that. And then starting down here, he will be down here at the bottom. That's his body. And then his head is 4 of my fingers. So I'm going to go 4 fingers wide, here, here, 4, here and here. So that's his nose, that's the side of his head. And then the length of his body, we have that. And then here in the center is probably a little bit bigger than the palm of my hand. So I'm going to mark side and side. So you just kind of get some idea of how big your bunny is. And you really don't have to do this. You can just go at it and draw your bunny. So this is all just shapes, okay? This is just a shape here, shape here, shape here. This is a circle. These are just shapes here. Just consider it as shapes right now and not a bunny, okay? So we're going to go make this shape, and I'm just using that color lightly on this brush that I'm using, and I'm making this shape. So that's all I did. I marked where my boundaries were, and I made a shape, okay? Then I'm going to take that brush, and I'm going to make this shape. Just around here, making this shape. So I'm just taking, I just have a little bit of paint on my brush, and I'm making this shape. If you make yours a little bit bigger or smaller, don't worry about it. It'll all be good. And you can kind of adjust your shapes and things as you go along. So then you're going to draw in the ears. Probably, let's just say it goes from there. Of course, your hand size is different than mine. There. Or you can use your brush as a measure tool. You can say here, here. It starts here, goes here. And then that's where it goes. It's about down to the thing here. But I think if you just use your hand, that'll give you a good idea. And then you're going to just go with this shape, painting that in. And this shape, painting that in. So see how it's just coming together, and it's just a lot of shapes. Hey, welcome everyone. Krista, Violet. Looks like Chris. Hey, Chris Maddox watching. April. Hey, everybody. All right, so then you're going to do the tail. So you just go around. Chris, you get Carrie on here too watching. And just put your tail, it's just a little circle right there. Just a little circle. So you've got your bunny head, ears, and your body. So it's all just some simple shapes. Tried to keep it as simple as I could so everybody can follow along. All right, so now we're going to paint in that bunny shape. We're going to take that dark color that we made. We're going to paint these shadow colors in. So we're just going to go in here. Paint in the shadows here. Your ears are pretty much already done. There. And then we're going to go in with, it looks like I got my head just a little bit wonky there. And see how I said you can adjust shapes, and you can. Acrylic's pretty forgiving, so you can count on being able to fix pretty much anything you do. So then there's a shadow here and there's a shadow here. And I'm just taking that color that I made here in the center, and I'm just reloading my brush when it gets empty and painting in these shadows right here. Then before this dries, because acrylic does dry very quickly, I'm going into the white with that dirty brush. I didn't even wash my brush, and painting in that center. And with that other color being on here, then that's your middle tone color. Okay. Oh, got a telephone call there. Those wonderful telemarketer people asking me about my car warranty and what's that other thing they always call me about? Car warranty and student loan. Crazy. Okay, so then you take that white with that dirty brush, and this is the middle tone. This is not the last color here that you see. This isn't the whitest white. This is the middle color that you see there. And I'm just going into the white, going into that color that I have there, and getting this. Do not lose your darks that you painted in, which I almost did right there, and go down to the bottom and paint in the rest of what's white. And that's the body. And then where the two colors come together, see, I've just kind of blended those together so I don't have a hard line. But you want to make sure you keep your darks that you put in to begin with. That shapes the form, and then your middle tone that you put in there. Is your next color. And then if you do lose your dark, you can go back in and take some of that dark color and put that back in. Just keeping your edges soft. Okay, so you have, and some edges are harder. Like right here, the ears there's a hard edge there. There's a harder edge. Some of them are hard, but you don't want all your edges hard. You want some of them to be soft. A hard edge everywhere just makes a painting look too stiff, too rough, your eye gets stuck on hard edges and can't move around either. So if all of your edges are hard, you can't move around throughout the painting. So rinse your brush, rinse that brush, and we're going to put that brush down. We're going to let this set for a while, and then we're going to go back with the 1-inch flat. Oh, hey Alicia, thank you. Thank you so much. She said she loves this. I do too. This has been like so wonderful to get back over here and paint again. I didn't realize how much I missed it. So I hope that you guys can enjoy it, and painting with me. You guys can have fun too. And sometimes just watching painting is fun. I watch painting shows all the time, so they're fun. They relax me, and of course then I fall asleep, so don't fall asleep. So now we're going to take this 1-inch flat that we had used earlier. We're going to go into the blue and the green. Just right here, and just get some blue. See, I'm just mixing blue and green, just getting some blue. The blue just darkens the green. I just, takes it out of its pure form. Just don't want to use pure green. So we're going to go down to, ooh, I knocked that over. We're going to go down here and paint the bottom of the grass here. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just holding, and I'm not really doing anything fabulous, fancy or anything. I'm just getting this color on, going back in, reloading my brush. If your bristles split and separate, that's a pretty good indication. And I don't usually paint with my painting up there. That's a pretty good indication that you need to reload. If your bristles start separating, that means that you need to reload your brush. And if you start stretching your paint too far and you can see your canvas, that's an indication that you need to reload. So we're just putting in color down here. I'm not going up any farther than about that far right there. And this is your dark color. Okay? And you can wisp up some of these to indication of some grasses here. And you can even get some of that up in your rabbit there a little bit, like there's some grasses if you want. And then We're going to go into the green and the yellow with that dirty brush. I didn't even clean my brush. Going back into the green and the yellow over here. Everybody see that? And then we're going to come up here and brush strokes up, kind of like grass going. And we'll have to go over this again probably. I'm not sure what kind of paint you're using. Mine is very transparent, so it's a student grade paint, and sometimes it requires more than one coat. So just going back in and reloading. And I'm just taking that brush back just down into the dark some. This little bunny's just sitting here in the grass, just having a big time, enjoying the day. Which it's really pretty outside. I'm sure a lot of people are out enjoying the day. All right, so then we're going to take some of that green and yellow and pull some of those grasses up like that. And I'm just taking my brush, this is the side of my brush, and just wisping up, just taking the point of my brush, and not a lot. Less is more on this right here, and it's just an indication of some of them are growing up high. I mean, you don't want to keep it all level. You don't want like a whole bunch of tall ones, just one here or there, you know, up and down, different heights, and just like that right there. And then you're going to have to paint in the stem of your, the stem for your flower. Yes, it is. It will be recorded, Teresa. Teresa asked if this is recorded so she can try it again later. Yes, it will be recorded and on my timeline, on my Facebook page, so that if you miss it and you've got something that you need to do, you can go, you can come back later and watch it and paint later. And you can actually, you know, stop, pause, rewind, whatever, and catch up. So that's nice. This is my actually I did a trial run last night, but which I thought went pretty well, and I worked out some of my bugs. I hope that you all can see. One of the things I noticed is you couldn't see, and sometimes with my hand being in front, and my husband suggested that I put it up higher instead of me looking down, but so there. So you just take the end of that brush, just taking the end of that brush, just a tip of it, and pull down like that, and just taking the side, and I used green and blue. Sorry, I was running my mouth talking. So I just used the green and the blue back into the dark color. Didn't clean my brush or anything, green and blue, just to make those flower stems. So there, green and blue, flower stem there, flower stem there. And you could use the liner for that. The liner works well for that. If you use a liner for that, you just get your water, or get the water on your paint like this. Just really get that soupy, roll it around, and then you can just do a line with that. And it's just a personal preference, whatever works. And then too, if you get your get it a little bit too fat, you can take your clean brush, go into the water, dry it with a paper towel, and then you can kind of just scooch along through there and go into the paper towel, and that will take off that excess if you get too much paint somewhere. The only rule to that is to make sure the paint underneath of it has dried and cured. You can't really do that if it's still wet. Okay, so we have the flowers, the grass. We'll probably have to come down here a little bit more and do some more stuff down there. We've got the bunny in. So we're going to do some leaves here. Rinse that brush. I think that's too big for the leaves on the flowers. So rinse that brush. Lay that one down. Go into your 1/2-inch flat. This little one. If you've got a 1/2-inch flat, I'm going to go into the green and the blue with that 1/2-inch flat. I'm just getting some paint on my brush here. Hey, Julie. Hope Matthew's watching too. And just take that and push down, and then release as you come in, and pulling up on it, you will get a thinner leaf at the base. So you put it on there, push down, and then pull up with no pressure, and that makes a leaf. And I hope you can see that, because that's the thing yesterday that I, let me make sure that you can see. So you put it on there, and then you push down, and then releasing will make the leaf. Push down and release will make the leaf. Okay, so you've got the leaves on there, so that's good. So we're going to rinse that brush, lay it down. Then we're going to work with the round. And like I said, mine's a number 6, but you can use a different size if that's all that you have. So, hey Amber, welcome. So then we're going to go into the flower petals. So we're using red and yellow makes orange. Y'all remember all that from school, mixing colors? Red and yellow makes orange. And you can make it more yellow, makes it more orange. More red makes it more of a red color. Hey Alicia, that's cool. She says she's painted with me. Yay! And yes, you have. And she is, says I'm a wonderful painter, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I sure do enjoy it. So we're going to go into the petals over here. And to make a petal, making sure you can see. It's hard for me to see because all those little blurry things where you guys are talking are over top of the canvas. Push down, same as with the leaf, and as you come in, you pull up. And then you push down, as you come in, you pull up. And you just go around with that. And I'm sorry, you all don't have the drawing on here, but it's really not anything difficult. You should be able to just make a flower shape there. I don't do my centers until I'm done. You could make your centers if you want to now. You can make your center. You can do it this way. Do a center. And I do an orange for the dark, and then the yellow for the top. You can do your center, and then I'm just rinsing my brush and drying it with paper towel. And then you go into your flower petals. The color that I'm going to use for this one is red, and I'm just showing you 2 different ways that you can do it. You can do your petals first, or you can do your petals last. I'm going into the red. I'm just going to add a little bit of white to that red there. And then you add your petals for this one. And you can add the petals just hanging down, all of them just hanging down like that if you want. Or you can do them in a circle like I did here. It's completely up to you. You're the artist. You do what you like. I kind of like them hanging down like that. I think that's pretty cool. And then we'll do another red one over on the other side. I'm hoping you guys can see my hands on in the way. Push down, release, and that just makes it thinner. Just gonna go down and get more white. Push down, release, push down. And we'll just do one more. Push down and then release. And then I'm gonna rinse my brush, dry it with the paper towel, and paint in the centers. I'm going into this orange color that I made out of the red and the yellow, the orange here, and I'm going to make my circle for my flower, circle for the flower, and then add the yellow. And I didn't clean my brush. Go into the yellow. It's weird being here by myself. I keep looking over there too. I'm used to my painting being over there. My sample painting. So I'm just putting some yellow, and I keep touching it because I have some orange on my brush. Okay. All right. And this little flower there's a little goofy looking, isn't it? And that's, like I said, anything can be fixed. Anything with acrylic, you can go back in and fix. So I'm just going in with some yellow, some orange, going into the yellow with some orange, and just highlighting this orange flower a little bit. I think I'll make one right there to even that up a little bit. And these I like, and that one I'm not so happy with, but it's okay. All right, so we've got the flowers in. We'll let those set for a little bit. This one needs a little bit more yellow on the top. All right, so we'll let those set for a little bit and dry. And now we'll go back and work on the bunny again. Oh, hi, Krista. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. Beautiful. So glad I did this. I'm glad I did it too. It's actually helped me feel better. I was just getting so tired of being in the house and not doing anything, and I hadn't painted much. And I saw Uncork and Create was doing this online, and a couple of the other artists that I follow were doing online things for adults and kids. And this has been therapy for me. I love to paint. I just do, and I hope you all do too. And even if you don't like to paint, I think it's fun to watch. I think it's fun. It's like me. I can't play music, but I love to listen and watch people play music. It's just like magic. So I'm going to go back into this gray color that we made, the dark gray color. If you don't have it anymore, you can make some more. If it's not exactly the same color, as long as it's similar, is fine. And where I put this over here, this little sample, I can see whether I'm close or not. I'm getting there. It's a little bit red, more red than what I had before. So I just have to add some blue. And I think we're there. So that's good. All right, so I just want the dark color that I had before, the gray purple color, which is blue, red, a little bit of yellow. And I'm going to make the nose shape. Just paint that nose in. Can you all see that? Yeah. Paint that nose in. So there's its nose. And then any of the dark that you need to, that you lost, that you need to get back, I just had a little bit there that I lost at the ears. I'll put that back in since I've got it on my brush. And I think the rest of that looks pretty good. All right, and then I'm going to rinse that brush and put it down. We're going to go in to just make a little bit wider on the rabbit. We're going to do the wider here, and then we'll put in the eyes. And I'm just using my 1/2 inch flat here. So Tanya says, please post the recorded video as we were watching the videos start, but I guess we were on the wrong page. I'm sorry. Yes, it will be posted to my timeline, Tanya, so you all can watch it later. So that's really good. All right, so I'm going to go in with the white on my brush here, but I'm not wanting to use pure white. Okay, this will really pop that up, the pure white would, but I don't like using pure white, so I'm just going to tint it just a smidge with this gray color that I made. Just getting, see, and it still looks white, but it's not pure white. So I'm going to go into the center, really brighten up the center. I'm not losing the darks, some of the middle tones will show through. I just rubbed it with my finger just to smooth it out. Then I'm going down into the ears, same thing, just touching in some of that lighter white color of the bunny, just more staying in the center most part of the rabbit. I'm not going out here on the edge, not covering up the darks, just staying there more towards the center, because this is where I want the light to be. Okay, and then taking that same color that I made there, and I'm just going back down here and lighten this little tail a little bit. This is a really good tool. Use it a lot. Your finger is probably a better brush than a brush. You can spend a fortune on brushes, and actually these are the best. Simply Simmons. You can get these online at different art stores online. I use Dick Blick Art Supplies and Jerry's Artarama. Michaels sells these. They're like $4.99. I love them. If you take care of your brushes, they will take care of you, and they'll last forever. Brush cleaner is a big thing too. I use Fels Naphtha soap. Is like Kroger's and Walmart, of course. Now, good luck getting in there. You can get it for like $1 or $2. Really good brush soap. Just every time you use your brushes, make sure that you wash them and clean them out really good. And that's a really good brush soap, so that the next time you go to use them, they're clean. So we're going to go into that dark color with the round. That round, whatever brush size works for you. You could use actually the corner. You can use the corner of your 1/2 inch flat. That will work also. I do that a lot, using the round though here. So I'm just taking that dark color and just pulling down a line. Nothing special, just a little line. Okay, say you get that too big, oh shoot. So you've got it too big, just rinse that 1/2 inch flat that you had and just go in and see, magic, it is gone. There's lots of little tricks, and you learn them along the way. Just lightening that a little bit with my finger, just so that I don't have like a really dark line there. Well, I don't have any line because that's wet. Okay, all right, so I've got the eyes in. Oh, and another thing too, it's good to step back and look at your painting, because I can kind of see here my eyes are a little bit messed up. But if you step back and you look at your painting, you can see that. And about 4 or 5 feet back even, just step back and take breaks. If you're working on a big old long painting and you're exhausted from it, you're tired from it, your eyes are tired, it's good to take a break. Go drink a cup of coffee, drink a tea, sit, relax, step away from it, go back and look at it, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I see now why I was having so much trouble with that. It's wrong place, whatever. So those are good things to remember. And I hope I told you, acrylic dries 2 to 3 shades darker. So these dark colors, if you think they're not dark enough, give it 10 minutes and it'll be dark enough, believe me. All right, so now we're going to paint the whiskers. So we're going to use the liner brush. When you use a script liner and you're making a line like that, the best thing to do is to get your paint, and I'm dipping down into the water, and I'm getting this wet, and I'm rolling. Can you see that? Sorry. And just roll that brush around to get that soupy like, and it'll flow a lot better on your canvas. So we're going to make some whiskers, and there's not very many. There's like, just a few. So you're just going to start here, and you're just going to pull out. Just soften it with my finger, and then just pull out, and then soften with my finger. Because you don't want those to be like real standoutish and real dark. You just want them to be, they're just soft, just real soft. Okay, so we've got everything in there. We just need to come down here and work in the grasses a little bit more. It looks like we're good. So we'll go into the grasses again. You can use your 1 inch or your 1/2 inch for this. Hey Tanya, you're welcome. Thank you. Been looking forward to it. Well, I have been looking forward to it too, and I appreciate you guys. My painters, I have missed you all so much. It is crazy what we're having to do here. So miss you guys, and hopefully we'll get back to normal, whatever that is, pretty soon. So yeah, I miss being over here at the studio and painting with my people. Okay, so we're going to go into the blue. We're just doing the same thing that we did before, just going down here into the blue and the green, just painting up and down for the grass, just going into the blue and the green. Usually, a lot of times you can use green and purple too. It's just a darker, just a dark color of green. Just getting that spot right there, darker. And two, acrylic paint dries so fast on your plate. Another little trick for acrylic, and I'm just going up here like this, just making these strokes up and down, is a mister bottle. If your paint is drying on your plate and it doesn't go smoothly across the canvas, it is like scooting across, and you're just working yourself, and you're really working some muscles in there trying to get it to move. Mist it just a little bit. Get your water bottle, your little mister, and that will smooth that paint up so it goes on there smooth. Acrylic dries just so fast, and you don't want it to be soupy wet, but you want it to be creamy, like melted butter. So we're not really melted, but you know how when it sits and your butter's in a dish and it gets soft. That's the consistency that you want it to be. Hey Connie and Jennifer. So then you take the green and the yellow, that dirty brush, and then you just pull it back up and down, and we're just really getting better, just more coverage here is all we're doing, and just bringing those strokes just down into that dark. Oops. See, you can fix anything. And then I'm reloading. And this down in here would just be mostly in shadow anyhow, at the tail. Just getting some of those there. Okay, and then the very last thing is you just take a little daub of white in that and just make some lighter color grasses coming in and down. Soften those edges, soften, soften, soften. Reload. And I'm just using the very sharp. See, when I do this, it makes like a sharp edge right there, and that's what makes that point on your grasses. So, did I forget anything? Sometimes I do. I think we've got it. Yep, I think that's everything with this one. You can sign it. Sometimes you can sign it with a paint pen. If you have one of those available, you can sign it with a script liner. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just getting my paint just real soupy. Just something light enough that you can see. And some people sign their with their full name. Some people sign with their first and last name. Some people, I just have always signed with first initial and last name, And that's a little crazy looking there. So, there we go. I hope that you all enjoyed it. I sure did. Let's see. There's the final painting. Can you see that? Here we go. So, that's a close-up look of the original. And the one that we painted today. That's kind of hard to do. All right. Okay, thank you all. Appreciate you joining in with me today. This has been a lot of fun. I have another one this evening for the kids. Oh, it's going to be a blast. It's a bunny rabbit too. And they will love it. It will be fun, easy, and actually adults can paint that one. It'll be fun for the adults too. So, hey Sheila and Lisa, thank you for joining in. Jennifer, I really enjoyed this. I miss painting. Like I said, I miss painting with you guys. I hope I didn't go too fast, and that you can paint this at some point. If you didn't get to paint it today, you can go back and paint it later. Like I said, you can stop, rewind, the whole bit. Fun times. So you all enjoy your day. Enjoy your sunny, beautiful day. Stay safe and well. And thank you all so much. God bless you. Take care. And hope your kids can join in, or your grandkids can join in this evening. So thank you so much. Bye-bye.